Hey, what's going on? It's Unapologetic Gamer, and I'm back with another video. In this video, we're going to talk about Miles Sanders, who I believe this year is the most underrated back in the league. He's the X factor for the Eagles, man. We know about Jalen Hurts, we know about A.J. Brown, we know about Devontae Smith, even Dallas Goedert. But if you notice, when the team is right, when the team is at its strongest, Miles Sanders is getting the touches, whether it's in a run game, whether it's in a pass game. And I believe him and Jalen Hurts have such good chemistry on this read option, these different read option plays. Miles Sanders has gotten better at protecting the quarterback. It's not his strong suit. I must say, I think the Kenneth Gainwell is probably the best pass blocker, and he's not great. You understand what I'm saying? But when you talk about Miles Sanders, man, his yards per carry is always high. He's at 750 yards rushing this season. That puts him in the top 10. I think that puts him at 7th. Running backs, you have Justin Fields, and you have Lamar Jackson, who are two quarterbacks that's ahead of him in rushing this year. They're in that top 10 as well. But as far as running backs, he's 7th. He's 9th overall in rushing, and he doesn't get talked about as much. He don't get nearly the carries as a Derrick Henry, as a Saquon Barkley, as a Josh Jacobs. He don't get nearly the carries. Like, for instance, yesterday he had 13 carries. Well, in Sunday's game against the Colts, he had 13 carries, I think for 48 yards, which is a little less than 4 yards a carry. That's not the norm. The Colts did a very good job at stopping him in the run game. He only had 13 carries, though. I wish I can see Miles Sanders consistently get at least 17 carries a game. Because one of those carries, he can break it for a 30-yard carry, 40-yard carry. You know what I mean? Get in a couple screen plays with Miles Sanders. But for the most part, he's done what they asked him to do. And the key to that, I'm going to tell y'all, the key to Miles Sanders' success, because he's always had a high yards per carry. He's always been a high yards per carry guy, meaning, and he's always have gotten less carries than a feature back. So he never really was a feature back. But one thing I can say is that Miles Sanders makes the best of the carries that he do get. He has 0 fumbles on the year, which is what you want, especially in the RPO offense when the ball is changing hands and him and Hurts had a ball. Him and Hurts will be touching the ball at the same time, and that handoff can get crazy. He has 0 fumbles on the year. You have guys well over 200 carries. And he's not that type of back. You don't want him to break down, so I understand. I just wish he can, get at least 4 more carries a game, around 17 carries a game. I don't want him touching the ball over 20-plus times, because that's when he starts to break down. And that leads me into the biggest key. It's him being healthy, man. If you know, and you're an Eagles fan, and or you just a Miles Sanders fan, you know that Miles Sanders, he really never finishes the season or completes a full season. He's always getting hurt. Even last year, right before the playoffs, he got injured. It looked like it was going to be a serious injury, but he ended up coming back during the year. But he's still never. That messes up the momentum when you playing good and then you get hurt. This is the best year of his career, man. Miles Sanders will Miles Sanders will have his first 1,000-yard season of his career, and I think he will have his first double-digit rushing touchdown season of his career. He's at 6 touchdowns right now. The way the Eagles run the ball in the red zone, I can see him getting 4 more touchdowns before the year is out. But I just want to salute the Miles Sanders, man, on the season he's having. He is my X factor for the Eagles offense this year. Is a toss-up between him and Dallas Goedert. But Miles Sanders has been more consistent. I would say no fumbles. Dallas Goedert has a lot of drops. But I think Miles Sanders can affect, especially with the Eagles passing game. We had that good balance. Miles Sanders can affect the offense in much more of a positive way than Dallas Goedert could. And I just think that's where it's at, man. So the Eagles' success will be highly determined on how well Miles Sanders can run. And he's running hard this year, man. He's breaking through arm tackles. I'm loving this Miles Sanders, man. It's a contract year. I believe his contract is up next year or the year after. I believe next year, though. So hopefully that don't have nothing to do with it. I want to say it's more so him being healthy and him feeling good, man. This late in the year, man, he's feeling good. You can tell he hasn't slowed down. The Eagles haven't gave him too many carries. But shout out to Miles Sanders, man. He's one of my spotlight players of the week, man. I just want to bring attention to how well he's playing this year. Let me know if you agree, man. Let me know if you agree. Like I said, Miles Sanders 7th in the rushing among running backs, 9th overall with Lamar Jackson and Justin Fields ahead of him as quarterbacks. Let me know what you think of Miles Sanders in the chat. Let me know who you think the X factor for the Eagles is, what offense or defense. If you new, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that like button. Please hit that like button, man. It helps the algorithm and it helps YouTube push the video out to more viewers. We can get more people in the comment section. We can get more people in the live when I'm playing Madden, and we can have more people talking football from all football teams, all cities, all countries. So please make sure you hit that like button, and I'll talk to y'all later.